Hey, it's Sky Shark. I'm back home finally after a long, very warm trip back from Birmingham to Brighton. It's day three of UK Games Expo, or I guess it was. And yeah, once again, it was packed. Trying to get in was a nightmare of getting through extremely slow moving cars. Luckily, we managed to get through in time for me to meet up with a good friend, Ben, who was having a bit of a day around with his daughter and dropped all my stuff off at the cloakroom, which, being unencumbered is a beautiful thing. I had carried around too much on Saturday with the Arkham Horror game. I'm far too used to my fortnightly Arkham Horror game where I pack tokens for everyone, decks, spare decks, scenario, playmats, everything. And while I'd hoped to get rid of it, it meant I was lugging around a lot during the day, and just floating through the halls was great. Uh, I also found SK coffee. I've no idea what SK stands for, but just in from Hall 5, where you get your tickets, where the bring and buy is, which was tempting me with having not many people queuing outside of it, but I assume they still only take cash, and I had very little on me, so I decided not to bother. I had a coffee, had a nice lemon drizzle slice, very civilized, and then intervals. And yeah, it was still pretty busy. There were some lulls occasionally, and there were some lovely bits of clear ground that you could just stride through. And after yesterday being a lot more of Arkham Horror and hanging out with friends, and Friday being the kind of buying stuff day, today was interview day. Now, I've made little interview sheets because I tend to waffle, I tend to get off track, and this way it kind of helps me control the conversation a bit. I will be writing up any of the conversations that I've had in articles on fakedtales.com, so check those out. At some point, I might bother learning how to record either video or audio from the convention. Watch for space. So, I've spoken to Mythworks, uh, Sneaky Rascal, who have a game called Restless Spirits, which was really nice looking, really gorgeous looking game, and a real success story for a light to mid-weight board game. And I was so pleased to see that, because these days it seems to be the much larger prestige kind of board games, or sometimes the smaller India things that do all right. But it's nice to see there's still a space for the kind of small indie light to middleweight board games with crowdfunding. They are fulfilling real soon, and yeah, it was nice catching up with them. Apparently, they might be at Paradise next year in Worthing, so if you're local to me in my area, check that out. Let's see. Spoke to Black Armada, of course. They're lovely people. Um, Josh Fox was there, and he was wearing the weight of a weekend of working a convention, but uh, always nice that he's got time to chat. Not only is he someone who, like, he and Becky, the designers from Black Armada, are some of the most considered pragmatic people when it comes to launching a role playing game, towards crowdfunding, all of that. So it's nice catching up with them. I'll have in a written piece any of the specifics there, but it was also really good fun hearing him talk about mechanics that he'd been engaging with different games, and a certain amount of it similar to Ex Tenebris and the Carved from Brindlewood kind of family of systems. It's um, seeing where he engages with the systems and what he would want to do if he was doing something of that type. So yeah, really interested to see, given he was saying recent influences have been Yaziba's Bed and Breakfast and The King is Dead, both of which games I quite like. Let's see, oh yes, and they sold through most of their stock of Lovecraft S Second Ed now, which is really nice. Chatted to Nick Bate, one of the nicest folks that it's always good to chat to at conventions. Against Time and Death was the new hotness on the, I guess, Black Armada / Ickbat joint store, and that was really good to see. Also, I'd been playtesting Speed Demons. Now, that's a game that I've been really intrigued about. There's going to be a playtest pack soon, and I know my role playing group, they're going to enjoy that. So hopefully we'll get it soon, get it to the table, and I'll write up my thoughts. He did press a few playbooks into my palm, so I'll have a bit of a look at them. And when I publish a piece about chatting to Nick and Josh, I will probably share some bits there. Let's see. Spoke to Nathan Blades, who is doing City of Espers with 3 Sales. Yes, 3 Sales, who recently released Gallows Corner. Now, I've not finished reading Gallows Corner, but it's a great concept, good fun. Peasants' Revolt, alternate England kind of thing, as let's have a revolution. Let's have some nice catharsis. City of Espers sounds a bit more anime in some ways, and frankly, Nathan, lovely person, feels like Nathan was teleported in from some kind of anime universe or something. Like, so stylish, so great to chat to. It sounds like a really fun world, really fun campaign, kind of flat share sort of thing with psychics, and you build up your energy, you extend it into your neighborhood, and it sounds like there's a lot of community stuff. It sounds like there's a lot of fun to be had with it, even if it can discuss, the issues and things about, how the world is currently on fire. I would gesture, but it's outside of there. And of course, I spoke to Pelgrain, Cat, always a delight to chat to, and got to speak to Gareth Ryder Hanrahan, which is the first time that we've met. And again, lovely guy, giant of a man, very affable, very fun that it's someone that tall writing a cozy murder mystery role-playing game about hobbits or halflings, um, with the Merry Shah Detective Club, and it just sounds like a really nice time. I did try asking what exactly they feed him to make him write so many books. Sadly, I didn't get his secret. Just sounded like being a survivor of Mongoose Publishing, which, yeah, I'm a survivor of that in a retail way. So yeah, it was a weird time, that, but it was really nice to catch up with him and with some friends. And yeah, then the moment the conversation was over, I realised, oh shit, it's like 20 minutes until my coach. So I had to grab everything from the cloakroom, run over to the uh, train, little, not monorail, like maglev type, whatever, a little train, over to the airport and down for coach and away. So last year, I nearly missed my coach because I was chatting to Grant Howard. This year, Gareth Ryder Hanrahan, both lovely people, and I waffle a lot. They waffle a lot as well. So yeah, all in all, the con was really good. Really pleased I bought a fan. Water was also really essential there. Um, yeah, a lot of the coffee stalls ran out of ice for iced coffee, which was a tragedy. But alas, we must weather such things. Um, don't know whether I'd do something like the Arkham Horror again, possibly. Depends what else I'm doing. Did feel like I needed to catch up on doing a bit of the old games journalism after that. And, like we were all getting a bit older, falling apart a bit. So myself, my friends that I was going along there with as well, we did think to take intermittent breaks, chill out, find some coffee, have a nice catch up with friends, chill out by the food vans. Um, I think one of the disadvantages I found was, as someone with a haunted spine, finding seating sometimes was a bit of a nightmare. Now, in the expo halls, that's fine. Find a demo to play, something like that. It's not the end of the world, and you might play a good game. Outside, a little trickier. That's why I make the outside of the Starbucks my haven, my home. I'm very sorry to Miles for supporting Starbucks, but yeah, needs must and all that. Um, yeah, but by the food vans was difficult to try and find any good seating. I did eventually manage to find some um, to be able to be outside and eating because I can't really sit on the floor with the haunted spine and that. So yeah, that was tricky, but you know, ultimately still had a nice time. Chatted to some strangers up at the few chairs there were, and yeah, played some role playing games. Um, yeah, I think one of the other things that we're going to do differently next year, as well as not going to the Tamworth Travel Lodge and the fans being so necessary and the freight trains constantly happening, is one, be somewhere even slightly nearer. Two, actually don't finish at midnight every night because we had like a half-hour drive or so, and like the longer RPG sessions are fine, but it's actually quite nice getting some sleep. So I think next year I've managed to convince Graham and Split, my companions for this, to try a 10, 8 till 10 indie games on the hour. Because for me personally, that was perfect. I admit I did have to stick around afterwards waiting for them to be done, but it gave me some time to chat with Emma, had a bit of a wander round, just enjoying the night air. But if we can all finish at 10 and then motor off, then maybe, just maybe, we could either play a game or two in the hotel afterwards, or just get some sleep and be up nice and early in order to get a good car park space, in order to get in there in time for yet another busy day. So yeah, all in all, good time. Love UK Games Expo. I've got a lot to write up. I didn't go to any seminars, and those, while it was a shame not to go to any, they're also a real pig to write any kind of after action report on. So, interviews, I'm going to email some people that I didn't get to, probably Modifius, probably Rowan Rook and Deckard, to see how the con went. Who knows? Maybe I'll even reach out to some of the con organisers as well, because it'd be cool to get some numbers, say some stuff. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed my video diary. I will try and do something similar to this for Dragon Meet in December. Until then, check out my podcast about Star Trek, which my friend Miles and I are kind of covering theme by theme in a relatively chill, non judgmental way. That's Casual Trek. It's found on all good podcatchers. Find my comics on skyshark.itch.io. Same with my role playing games and my blogs on fakedtales.com, where I talk about currently 2000 AD. I've got to write about the new 52 at some point, and yeah, about this. So yeah, there will be a ton of articles coming soon. Have a nice evening. Love you all. See ya.